Hey, welcome back, everybody. Super excited for you to hear this next concept. One of the things that always frustrated me about the business was that you'd have to go through a lot of people sometimes to get a yes. So sometimes people don't like that. They say, well, I already talked to 5 people and they said no. But if you keep going, just like when you flip a coin, if you flip a coin, 50% chance of heads, 50% chance of tails. But that's only if you flip the coin long enough. You have to flip the coin at least 50, 100 times for a ratio to appear. In our business, it's simple. We talk to 10, 2 are interested, 1 buys or joins. 10, 2, 1, 10, 2, 1. But I want you to think of it in terms of gold mining. Do you realize that in America, in the Klondike, for example, in Alaska, they mine gold? Well, I always thought gold was this big, huge nugget or a big bar or something like that. I didn't really realize how it was done until I watched the show Gold Rush. And Gold Rush made me think about our business, because what they do is they start off with in some field in Alaska, and they bulldoze 20 or 30 feet of what they call overburden. Overburden, pretty funny word, right? It's burdening them so where they cannot get to where they need to get to, which is the pay dirt. Once they scrape off this 20 or 30 feet of overburden, they finally get down to pay dirt. Now, they've done this with big, huge bulldozers and dump trucks, tons and tons of man hours, all kinds of fuel, activity, they've made no money at this point, no money. So what happens is they get to pay dirt. Then they start scooping up, yards and yards and yards, big, huge buckets of dirt, and they run it through a wash plant. They dump it into this plant, and the water sifts out all the pebbles and these tiny little flakes of gold. The interesting thing is, at the end, these tiny little flakes of gold wind up making 10, 15, 20, 30 ounces of gold. And gold at this point right now is what, $1,800, $1,900 an ounce. So they did all of that work, all of that effort, hundreds and hundreds of man hours for this tiny little flake of gold. Why? Because gold is precious, right? If gold wasn't precious and it was laying around everywhere, it wouldn't be vital or important. It wouldn't be precious. So for me, I think about it like that in business. You're going to have to go through some overburden. You're going to have to run some people through the wash plant. You're going to have to shake them out and see who sticks and who doesn't. All for what? Maybe 1 person out of 100 that says they're going to do this business? Well, I'm lucky. Somebody put me through the wash plant. Somebody put me through that process, and I came out and I found out that I was a gold flake, right? And I started doing the same thing over and over and over. The unique part about this business is if you do that long enough, you're not going to find 1 little flake of gold. You're going to find hundreds of ounces of gold. And just like gold is precious and is worth a lot of money, when people in this business, when you recruit them and they become senior marketing directors and executive marketing directors, and you're able to profit share and override from that business, those people are precious as well. So I want you to think about it like that. These men and women spend hundreds and hundreds of hours, tens of thousands, sometimes millions of dollars to find that precious little metal. And that same philosophy has to be put into this business. So I hope that you get that. I hope that you discipline your disappointment and do exactly what you need to do to win. Just put people through the system, let the system sort them out, and you'll find the gold nuggets.